Happy Monday morning. It is day 29, the 29th video. I can't believe that it's been that many. But I thought today we would talk about life hacks. Just a couple things that I've picked up along the way that may help you once the world gets back to normal. Several of them are travel related, but they really can be applied, I would say, universally. Anywhere you go, if you use some of these techniques, I think that your life might go along just a little easier. I'd like to start with a premise that my grandfather always used to say, it's nice to be nice. And it really stuck with me because it's very simple, but it's very true. It is just nice to be nice. So with that, it has helped me when I'm out traveling. I think that my extroversion certainly helps. The fact that I'm naturally curious about people, that I'm constantly wanting to learn about them and what their background is and things like that, which helps me when I'm out traveling and out just navigating the world. A good example is I go to the smoothie place down the street at Lake Mary Boulevard, and there's a little Planet Smoothie there, and I go in there infrequently, but enough that I've come to know the cashier that makes the smoothies, and her name's Caroline. Anyway, I went in one day and I just started talking to her, and she was just very nice, and we got to talking, and now when I go in, it's like, oh, hi, how are you doing? And it's just nice to be nice, but I know that she would be more than willing to help me make a suggestion on, what I might be picking that day, or, kind of make my smoothie just a little nicer, especially because I'm kind of picky and I don't like bananas, and so she makes it work for me. But I think it's part of the interaction that we've had. So as far as traveling goes, some of the things that have helped me, when you go to check in, usually they assign you a seat. So once you get to the gate, if you talk to the flight attendant, or not the flight attendant, the gate attendant there, ask them if they're looking for volunteers for the emergency row. That might very well help you get to sit there with a little bit more leg room. And you have to be nice, of course, but just asking and being polite certainly may help you achieve more leg room. If you're in the Sky Cab, whenever you first get to the airport, if you stop at the Sky Cab, sometimes your luggage might be a little bit overweight, and I can assure you, if you take care of your Sky Cab, you very well might get your luggage through the Sky Cab instead of going through the counter. When you go to the rental car counter, if you're out renting a car, be authentic about it, but talk to the person behind the desk. Be real. Engage in a conversation with them. You never know. If there is the opportunity to give you an upgrade, they very well might give it to you just because you were being personable and then because you were engaging with them. They've probably had a long day. They've dealt with a lot of customers that are demanding, and here you come and you're nice, and they go, wow, maybe I'm gonna hit the button and give them a nicer car just because they were polite. Same thing when it comes to a hotel. When you check in at the hotel, be nice, be authentic, but be nice. Again, engage the person that is at the counter. You would be shocked at what they may very well do for you just by being personable and talking to them, asking about how their day was. Maybe if they mention something about their personal life, talk to them about whatever that might be, and you'd certainly be surprised. I'll give you a good example. Several years ago, I went to San Antonio to pick up a motorcycle. So I bought a motorcycle, it was a Can-Am, and I left San Antonio, went to New Orleans. And when I got to the hotel in New Orleans, it was kind of late, and I hold a credit card with the Ritz-Carlton. And so I get there to the front desk and I say, hey, I'd like to upgrade and go to the club. How much is that gonna be? And they said, oh, it's gonna be like $100 a night or something, something kind of out of my comfort zone. And so I said, well, I'm just gonna pass, you know, I'm leaving early in the morning, and so it really doesn't make sense to do it. And I was just very honest, but it turns out that they ended up upgrading to the club level, which is it's a special lounge for people to go. They've got unlimited drinks, they've got food, usually it's 5 presentations a day. And it was just nice. I mean, they were radioing up to the club, letting them know, oh, you know, oh wait, we need, you know, some martinis, you know, ready once these people get there. So anyway, it was just kind of nice, but it really all started just from being personable at check-in, being nice and approachable, warm, that kind of thing. And it didn't cost anything, and it didn't cost them anything either. They were at low, what do you call it, inventory, and so they were able to do something nice, and especially since I was a, you know, rewards member. When you check in as well, be okay with waiting for a room to get ready. If the room's not ready, let them know, hey, listen, you know what? I'm more than happy to wait for the room, you know, especially, hey, if you've got something that you're able to do that's a little bit nicer, I'm willing to wait. I'll just put my luggage in storage until the room's ready. And usually they will go out of their way to maybe give you a better view. Nothing that you'd have to pay for, but just something that they're able to do just because. If you do like products while you're at the hotel, by the way, for example, I went into a hotel one time and I saw that the pillow was really comfortable. So I pulled a pillow out of the pillowcase and realized that it was this company called Pacific Coast. And so I actually have my pillows from the same company. But that was a little life hack that I learned along the way, traveling, that if you like their products, certainly, you know, look at them. But one time I went and there was a shower head that was really nice. It had a really nice flow to it. And I thought, wow, I love this. And so I called the engineering at the hotel and I said, hey, where do you all get these shower heads? And so I got the name of the company. And anyway, you'd be surprised at what they know about their products, because if something breaks, they have to replace it. So of course they're going to have the information. Flight attendants, when you go on an airplane, bring the flight attendants something, maybe some chocolate, do something nice for them. They're in the air on their feet most of the flight, and especially if you have a long flight. Shorter flights, it's not so I guess important, but on a long flight, they love it that you thought about them. I went on the airplane one time and I brought Valentine's candy for each one of the flight attendants, and I think I knew that there were going to be 8 or so. So I brought candy, but it was just nice. They come and check on you. If on a long flight, I think they will come back and possibly serve you. They're just gonna give you that extra level of service, and it's just something nice to do anyway. No matter what they do for you, they work hard. Credit cards. If you get a credit card that's got certain traveling privileges, sometimes one of those privileges is club access. So when you go to the airport, you know, United's got club, you've got all the Delta, they all have Sky Clubs or club access. But you can also get credit cards that aren't necessarily affiliated with an airline, but they're club level, they have club access. Think about getting one of those credit cards. It's really nice to hang out in the club before you get on a flight or while you're waiting on a layover. You might have to change terminals, but it's a really nice perk. And sometimes you can actually pay for one-time access to a club. That's really nice. So in general, I'm just gonna give you a couple of life hacks that are just general. Moving packets. If you go to the post office, a lot of times you can get moving packets, and the moving packets will have coupons in them. The ones I like the most are for Home Depot and Lowe's, the big box stores. You can't always find discounts for those stores, but you can get them in those moving packets. If you change your address also, you'll get another moving packet, but that's a nice little hack. Promo codes. I can't tell you how many times I've got online and it'll say, do you have a promo code? So I'll go over, I'll open up a new tab, go onto Google, look for a promo code for Victoria's Secret or promo code for whatever store you're in. You'd be surprised, there are promo codes that will work. Now you might have to search for it a little bit, but you might get an extra 10% off. There's always, they're always running promotions, especially now. Another one I like at Home Depot and Lowe's, look in the paint department for mistake paint. Sometimes people will order a certain color and for whatever reason it doesn't work, it didn't mix right, something happened, and so it goes into their mistake pile, and you can buy it at deeply discounted rates. So think about that. Also, if someone's returned a tool or some sort of item at Home Depot or Lowe's, and if the package is opened, they will often discount it. Now it might only be 10%, but they will discount it. I got a box cutter that way. It was a really nice little way to get that. Display items. When someplace like Bed Bath & Beyond has a new product coming out, a newer model, they will take the old model and put it on the clearance rack because it's open box. They don't keep the boxes. So you can really get discounts. I got my Instant Pot that way. It needed a couple parts, so I went on to Amazon, I got a couple parts, and off I went, and now I have an Instant Pot for way less money. It's not the most current model, but it still does the job. Coupons. If you like Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, go online or go onto the App Store, download each one of their apps because every week they have coupons, and it's a great way you can save huge. That's where I got my silhouette and all of my crafting things. I go scissors, especially for sewing. I go onto those whenever they have sales, and I will definitely use the coupons every time I go through the checkout. Two more, cologne samples. If you ever think that you might want to just test a cologne to see how it might smell on your body, it's perfectly acceptable. Ask the people behind the counter for a sample, and they'll be more than happy to give you one. That's a nice little life hack. Let you try it out, and then if you put it on and it just really doesn't agree with you, you can always go get something else that might work better. And lastly, Groupon. Always check Groupon to see if there's anything there that if you're gonna go to an escape room or something, look on Groupon, see if there's a discount. So with that, that's it. Those are my life hacks. If I can think of anything more, I'll certainly let you know. But hey, tell me what your life hacks are. Leave a comment below. Let me know what things have worked for you, and let's share with everyone else. In the meantime, happy Monday, and I will see you tomorrow.